Okay, it's 7:05. We are, I think, maybe an hour and 15 minutes away. It's time for breakfast. One banana and a cup full of Tesco's Super Seed granola, dry. So there's no like yogurt, no milk, nothing with this. It's just dry, pure carbohydrate. For something like the hill climb this morning, I've tested this like back to back. I know this is what works for me. Is having a really high carbohydrate meal 3 hours before. When I'm talking about a really high carbohydrate meal, I'm talking like 3 grams per kilo of body weight. So for me, around about 180 grams of carbs. I'm not going to eat all 180 grams of carbs right now. I'm going to kind of space it out a little bit, just because of the nature. Like, it's not a road race, it's a hill climb. But you have to remember, I'm doing a half-an-hour warm-up before this, so I need obviously energy for that, as well as the hill climb. So you don't want to be eating into your reserves in the warm-up that you need for hill climb. So that's why we're going for this, the banana, and then I've got a couple of other carbohydrate sources that I'll show you to have just before my warm-up or during my warm-up.
On the cooling side of things with the blood volume, and then it's like, well, something's got to give, so it just pukes out everything.
By the way, I'm listening to a really good podcast by Joe Rogan. I love him, I hate him. The Joe Rogan Experience podcast. I find it really informative, especially if you scroll through and you find like especially one for athletes. This one's with Zach Bitter, an American ultra endurance athlete. I think he holds the record for the fastest ever 100 miles running in America. Okay, we've arrived. Here's the climb. We've literally just passed the start right there, and it's like a very quiet road. It is a main road, but it's very, very quiet. It's really nice here. I love the gradient. The gradient just keeps changing. There's good smooth tarmac, well, at least here anyway. And look at this, like the sun is out. It's really it's like 6 degrees now. We've still got like an hour and a half to the race, so it could be like 8 degrees. It's just gonna be one of those days. It's just such nice weather for a bike race. Since I'm going to be racing, I'm not going to be able to show you the top of the climb, at least because I'm going to be parking at the start. I'm just walking up to the road that we're going to be coming past. The HQ is like halfway up the hill, on the mountain rather. It's a 5k climb, and this is like the 1k flat section I was talking about yesterday. So we come from this way, and it's like, look how lovely this is. And we go that way. And I think that's Haytor Hill, I think. But it's pretty spectacular. I'm loving this up here. Oh, right, got my number, got my skin suit on, with my number on my skin suit, obviously. We're parked right opposite the start. So I've come down from the HQ and driven like maybe 5 minutes down the hill to get to the start. It's a long descent. Like if you're warming up at the HQ, you're gonna get freezing cold by the time you get down here. My number one tip, if anybody's doing hill climbs, warm up as close to start as possible. I've got my turbo set up. I've got some music on my phone to listen to. I've got my coffee right here. And I've got a Rice Krispie Squares. Shout out to Rice Krispies. I'm not sponsored by Rice Krispies, and they do not sponsor this video.
that's going to be it, to be honest. I'm going to hit this warm-up I showed you the other day. I've got 45 minutes to my official start, so let's get into it. Alright guys, straight after the hill climb, I went to watch a second of two-part hill climb. I didn't do this one because I'm saving myself for tomorrow. It was a ridiculously steep one. Chris Boardman's actually got the record on here for like 4 minutes 10 seconds. Is averaging 1 in 5. It was ridiculous. I was just supporting people and cheering them on. I wasn't gonna do it, no way. Okay, that is hill climb number 1 done. That was really good. Well, I won and I broke the course record that was set earlier this year in the Totnes via 2-day stage race. I beat it by like 12 seconds, and then the course record that was set in like 1979, I beat it by like 25-30 seconds. Obviously I'm happy with my ride, like, but it's and I get £100 for beating the course record. To be fair though, I've got to say there's an awful lot of junior riders, or even like, you know, like 19-year-old riders who are coming on really well. It's all down to your preparation. I also won a bottle of beer. Anyone know it? Is it any good? I probably won't be drinking it. Currently sat in Costa editing today's video. It's looking good. And also I've uploaded to Strava and uploaded to Training Peaks, and I'm doing a bit of analysis, which I'd really like to talk about later. Especially since quite a few of you who raced today watch my videos.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here.
Oh. We're here. We made it to Tiverton. This is our overnight stop, and it's a pretty nice place actually. It's a B&B. I'm not usually a fan of B&Bs, but it was £33 a night, so I couldn't squabble that. But let me give you a quick room tour because it's very basic. I've got a shared bathroom and shower, which is no problem at all. But the room is actually quite well kitted out now. I've got a sink with a mirror. I've got like even my own little wardrobe. I've got a little chair. I've got a double bed, which is actually quite comfortable. I have a newspaper. Heatwave left cracks in the canal. The Tiverton Gazette. I've also got a view. I like these old style windows, like proper old style. And I managed to park the car down there, so it's pretty safe, I hope. The bike is still in it as well. But yeah, that's not bad. Welcome. Just found this. It's pretty comfortable actually. Reminds me of being in Japan. Like officially, well not officially, but like how today actually went. So let's crack on, like right in. Let's give you all the averages and more. 12 minutes 24. I think that's what my official time was. I averaged 398 watts. That is about 6.6 watts per kilo. The climb was 5k in length, with an average gradient of around 7%. But like I said, the first bit was like fairly steep, and then it flattened off. My average heart rate was 179, my max 190, cadence average 88, average speed 24.8 kilometers an hour, and max speed 48.4, so 30 mile an hour on that flat section, well, slightly downhill flat section. Apart from like telling you like the figures and things of what I did. If you race today on Haytor, in fact, one person at least came up to me after the finish and said, "Are you the guy that broke the course record?" Yes, I broke the course record officially under cycling time trial rules. It was, well, it hasn't been broken since the national championship were there in 1979. So that was even before I was born. The actual record was like 12:44, and I did like 12:24. And like I said, a few people asked me how I paced it. I went, like I said I would. I went pretty, like I went over what I would have called a sustainable pace for the 12.5 minutes. I did like 425 watts for the first 2 minutes. Then I settled down into 398 for the remaining, well, up until like kind of 7 minutes on the clock. Then we hit that flat section. And because I did my homework and I knew that a lot of people were, you know, picking up a lot of speed there, and because the wind was very light today, it, like if it was a headwind, you could have gained time on it. So I knew that I could kind of have a breather on that flat section. So I went a little bit harder to get there. I ended up topping out at something like 186 beats per minute as I topped out. My heart rate then dropped to 183, 182 after that flat section because my power went down to 330. And, you know, I wasn't too bothered about that because at the end of the day, it's the fastest guy up the hill, so it's not the guy who can hold the most power. So tactically, you know, I rode it perfectly by coming down a little bit on the effort and then like really pressing on up to the finish. I think I did like 450 for the last minute and a half. So I finished stronger than I started. It's quite a relief to actually like pull it off and to win a hill climb. I know, like, obviously there's still tomorrow to come, Porlock, and to me that is more important than today's event. We won't know how much today's event has taken out of me. Hopefully, like the road racer in me and the stage racer in me will be able to do another effort tomorrow, just as hard, if not harder. But it's great that like I've managed to document stuff all the way up till now, and it's like, so like people don't have to ask the question like, oh, how did you do that? How did you do that? Well, now there's something on YouTube for you to watch, and it's like, this is the series of me getting back to form after a massive crash in Canada, and it's like, you know, this is me. I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. What matters is that I have fun on climbs that I rarely ever get a chance to ride up. I love going up hills fast, and I just happen to be quite good at it, in my humble opinion. And like, you know, I just enjoy it. And I think like, doesn't matter what my finishing position is, it's just about like giving it my best, training hard, preparing well to get there, and then whatever happens after that happens after that. It's like, it's completely irrelevant. Since the hill climb, I've had like a protein shake. There's no carbs in that, it was just protein. I've had a protein bar. I've also had 200 grams of chicken breast, and I've had broccoli, and that's it until my kind of dessert evening meal tonight, which will be a whole tub of yogurt with some blueberries. I know you can't see that. Some blueberries and some raspberries. Don't forget, like, especially when you're cutting down and you're losing weight and like you're trying to stay lean, like your micronutrients matter more than anything else to keep you healthy and to keep you well. And they're packed full of fibre and water too, so they're great for you. That's it from me, and thank you so much for watching and supporting. I will see you tomorrow in Porlock. Thanks.